body. I believe, so like I said, I am accredited, and they gave me 2 different accreditations. This one, as an election management body, I congratulate them from that perspective. Media also properly accredited. Then the election material B, if you look, it's a secret ballot. So from that technical, the candidates also have to be part of the density of the media representation, which means that every little thing will be reported. And I believe that it's a little past 10, so 3 hours ago the processes began. And I want to believe, in fact, speaking to the policemen, they tell me that, which is good news. So their numbers here is just to feed into that intelligence report and ensure that nothing untoward happens. So far, I think that it's going well.
For an observer, isn't this too much? They are too much, police presence too much. Some of them you could...
Because I saw something on social media which said that the EC had planted cameras in the constituency. EC that has planted the cameras. It's actually the police that has identified particular polling stations. But as we say in that idiomatic expression, I don't think in this case too many cooks are going to spoil the broth. Rather, they will protect the broth. And it's better that we are safe than to take chances and then something else happens. So I think that is good. The only challenge, and what I'm observing now, it looks like turnout is rather low. Because where we are now at this CBG bank, it's called, I think, the Bola.
Yes, Alaji Dusu House 1 and 2.
Alaji Dusu House 1 and 2. I mean, and there are 2 polling stations.
One will go for 400 plus, other is going for 700.
Exactly. And if at 700 plus and at 10 o'clock you are doing
50 to 60.
That's a bit queasy. Yeah. Of course, generally by-elections tend to narrative. It tends to be different. So it is normal for by-elections to have low turnouts. Let's just pray that this one, the low turnout is not too heavy.
Great.
Yes.
But sincerely, you've enjoyed your work so far, right?
Oh, so far. Yeah, so far. I mean, I'm in the constituency and it's peaceful. I mean, the fact that people are going about their everyday business, and those of us who are also interested in the election, nobody is crossing anybody's path. I think that is healthy. And somebody asked me much earlier, one of your colleagues, whether we should cancel by-elections. And I'm like, I mean, no, you can't cancel by-elections. And the argument was that, so when somebody passes, why don't you just give it to the person who was second in the general election? It can't work that way.
So we'll meet again at the center and then see how it goes. So now we've seen some other observers. I've seen Mr. Boache Jako here. Let's go and then also take a piecemeal out of what is happening so far.
The tides will change.
You plan an election based on the past elections. You are courting failure. I know certain things have happened here, but in life, people change. Today is your stronghold. Tomorrow it may be your weak hold. We are counting on certain factors that are inherent and present in this constituency over this period to turn things around.
I have 2 more questions. Global Info Analytics is putting the election squarely as a victory for the NDC. Does it not disturb you in any way?
No. I've seen polls and polls and polls, both home and abroad, gone awry. So I poll is reorder your steps, or you can use them to emphasize and strengthen your steps. He said what he sees. We will work with what he sees and what we know and carry the day.
And my last question to you, and please allow me, we cannot let you go without asking you about the NPP. The party has put in place various measures now. Elections will be happening very soon from the polling centers this time up. What do you make of the entire decision of the NEC executive, the function executive of the NPP?
That is our normal route. Voting from bottom up is not a ritual. It is a strategy of renewal and giving people a new lease of life and a new mandate. So it is the natural thing or the normal thing we've done since the inception of this party. So there's nothing new to it. It's not a ritual, it's a strategy for renewal.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Before we let you go, we've seen massive presence of the police around. Today happens to be a working day, and from the time we settled from the morning, it seems turnout has been on the low side. Could it be a factor that the heavy presence really is deterring people from really coming out?
I don't think the police presence is a deterrence per se. By and large, by-elections are not that patronized in this country. Secondly, by-elections in strongholds are presumed as foregone conclusions, and that in itself depresses voter turnout. So these factors may be at play. But as I made the comment earlier, it's good to have police presence, but it speaks negatively of our evolution in our democracy. i.e., do we need to be forced or compelled to conduct ourselves decently and properly at voting centers? If the police is the one that has to impose good conduct, then there is something amiss. I would wish for the day when we as citizens, out of duty to party and country, and out of self-decency, and a good understanding of democratic processes and the power, will come to the conclusion that this is a very simple civil exercise that does not require compulsion or being beaten over the head in order for us to exercise good conduct. So yes, it's okay, but I want us to look forward. And you are journalists. You have to propagate this message of proper conduct without police. After all, what is discipline? Discipline does not mean someone is forcing you to do something. Discipline means you know what is right and you do it, and you know what is wrong and you desist from it without anybody telling you. I would wish that we get to that stage in the body politic and in our evolution of our democracy, and that will be fine for us.
And finally, for me, you are live from Ghana Television and our partner stations. Appeal to the voters to come in Ghana. Here we are expecting 1,000 plus, but as we speak, we've not even from the two sectors, we've not even reached 600. The timetable is not on our side, so at least they can come and exercise their franchise.
Well, my appeal is based on the fact that voting grants you the exercise of your fundamental freedoms. I have lived through all the military coups in this country where your fundamental freedoms are denied in your face, where you have no right to say something or anything. If you are wronged, you are wronged, and you have no recourse. The military government sitting on your neck gives you no chance. So even if you are dissatisfied, it requires the shedding of citizens' blood to make a change. We don't want to get back into that era. We are now in an era where you are freely given the right to choose, the right to decide. Let us not toy with it. Let us not say that we are tired of democracy. We've tested democracy, we've tested military governance, and nobody should wait for military. Yes, democracy may have its pitfalls. Yes, democracy may have its shortfalls, but it's the best amongst the things available. I will therefore urge all our citizens and voters here, make a little time to exercise this franchise that speaks your mind, so that together, all the political parties, all of us as citizens, we can advance the gains and the goals of democracy one step at a time. So my plea is, come out, spare the time. It is worth it. Come and cast your vote, and then you would have exercised your civic responsibility to the development of this country.
Chairman, how are your chances?
You did your last already.
Yes, but this is final.
So give somebody else. No, wait. Give somebody else.
You indicate this is a simple exercise for all Ghanaians. Does this warrant the vote buying or gift giving?
We just come back from the residence of Alhaji, who is Alhaji Idrisu. That's the site of that polling station that we just came back from. Our correspondent Theophilus Sampa walked into that interview of media people and the Honorable Boakye Jajah, and he shared his thoughts on the party's position in this election, this contest, and also thoughts about voter turnout. Interesting comments that he's made there, urging people to come out in their numbers to vote despite the heavy police presence. Gifty Jay is still at Mamobi Junior High International School, and she's ready to share further updates with us now. Gifty, over to you.
Thank you so much, Elma, and welcome to Mamobi, conservative created community in the Greater South. Like you rightly said, we are currently at the junior high educational school, and I'll share with you what is happening here. I've been joined by the Member of Parliament for the Ayawaso North constituency, Honorable Jajah. Hello, Honorable. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, my sister, and good morning.
Okay. So you've been moving around, visiting the various centers, like you said.
Yes, it's true. I have been visiting some polling stations. So far, I visited about 15 polling stations within the constituency where the by-election is taking place. Ayawaso is, to be precise. And of course, wherever I have visited, and so far, all the polling stations I have visited, calm is ongoing, voting is ongoing calmly. And my interactions with all the various polling agents for the candidates are saying that everything is going on well. And at least the people are also coming out to vote, except to say that the numbers, the turnout is what is not encouraging. And as a member of parliament for Ayawaso North and an NDC member, we have only one candidate, which is number 1, Honorable Baba Jamal, on the ballot paper. So we've asked...
Campaign for any candidates, please.
So, no. On this day, we are asking our people, our prompters, to go in and call out our people to come and vote. Exactly. I'm not campaigning, and I must tell you the fact of the story. You get me? I'm the NDC. I'm a member of Parliament for Ayawaso North constituency, just here. And all that we are done with our campaign. Everything is over. But today is a D-Day. We need to bring out our people to come and vote. Aside that, everything is going on smoothly. No problem. You saw me and my colleague MPP, a member of Parliament, also here some few minutes ago, and we've all attested to the fact that everything is going on smoothly, and we hope by the grace of God at the end of the day there won't be any issue with regards to disturbances as far as this by-election is concerned. But let me just add this. History have it that since 1992 there has never been any violence on the election day in Ayawaso East, and I don't think it is today that any skirmishes or something that will happen. And of course, we are grateful to the security, the police. They are all over in the community.
But the look at the security presence here is very huge.
Exactly, that's what I'm telling you. Of elections since 1992, but every day when there is going to be an election, Ayawaso North, Ayawaso East is termed as a hotspot. of course, as a hotspot, but it doesn't mean something happens, and something has never happened. And it is the same way today, by the grace of God, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen.
What do you think is accounting for the low voter turnout?
But no, it's not what I think. History will also have it that across wherever, anytime there's by-election, normally we record low turnout. So this is not an exception. But we are of the view that it's early morning and just 2-3 hours since the start of voting. We are whipping and prompting our people to come out and vote. Though we may not get up to the percentage, the turnout of the 2024 election. As you know, every by-election, the turnout turns out to be low. But we will get an appreciable number that can give us a comfortable lead by the close of day.
Do you think there's something we can do differently to improve the situation?
Which situation?
The lower voter turnout.
Oh, yes, we can do a lot. It's, normally when it comes to by-elections, the time of campaigning, the time of sensitization is very limited. Unlike general election, where...
It should be extended. Is that what you're saying?
I would not say it should be extended as such. But I'm just telling you that's one of the reasons why. But unlike general elections, people could take a whole year and a half campaigning and the euphoria, the whole country. But this one is just limited to a particular constituency. Probably that is one of the reasons that that is causing the low turnout when it comes to by-election. But the most important thing I want to register here is that Ayawaso North, since 1992, has never recorded any election violence, and I don't think today will be an exception. And I can assure you, by the close of the day, there will be a very smooth election, and nothing will happen. And by the grace of God, I know victory will be ours.
Before you go, let me give you this opportunity to advise, electorate in this constituency. What will you tell them?
Yeah, let me add my voice, because we have already advised them when we were campaigning base to base, house to house, rallies and whatever, right from the national chairman to the candidate itself, Honorable Baba Jamal. What we have been telling them is that it's like a football match. You have the best team to win. Why will you cause problem or chaos so that the match will end abruptly? You know you have the best players, and you know at the end of the 90 minutes you are going to win. Why will you cause any mayhem to just stop the match? So we know we are winning, and that is why we have been telling our constituents, our supporters, let's become, the most important thing is to talk to our people to come out and vote. And we have done our part, and I'm using this opportunity this morning to reiterate what we have already told them. I know they are listening to us, they are viewing us since it is live. What we told you, let me speak, for your permission, let me speak Hausa so that they can best understand. Yankuri iya ina maza da mata mutane Ayawaso North. Mun gaya muku yau ne bayan election, that's why zabe. Kamar yadda muka zo muka yi campaign muka gaya muku wannan da ya taimake ku tsakanin shekara uku ga da ya sauran ga don bayan election muke yin shine His Excellency Baba Jamal. Mun gaya muku kuma National Chairman Honorable Baba Jamal so kuri ba lokaci zuwa karfe 4 karfe 5 an tashi. Duk wanda kenan yake ce bari in gida yayi kadan in zo in vote yankuri yayi kadan ya kai fito ka zo ka vote ba zagi ba komai kai votun ka koma gidanka. So abin da muke ba hankuri kenan, kuma muna son duniya ta sani tun 1992 da ake fara election ba taba hayaniya ba taba fada ranar election cikin Ayawaso East ba. So ba yau ba election ga dai zo sa wani ezo wani girgire cikin wanga ba. Do mun ga yan tsaro polisai da su wani ne sun yawa cikin guwa yana da kyau, amma wannan bai gwada kaman an ce da wani girgire ko wani bane. Aikin su suke yi, yankuri a bar su yi aikin su, kuma fitowan polisai kar ya sa wani tsoro bai shi ya ce bai fito ya zo ya vote. Sun zo su ba mu tsaro ne, sun zo su tanye mu ne yadda da yi election nan ya ta daidai ya ba mu. A takaice abin nan ke cikin kenan. Mun gode mutane Ayawaso North, yankuri kowa ya fito ya zo ya vote, kowa ya fito ya zo ya vote, da ikon Allah komai ya yi daidai ya ba mu. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much, Honorable Jajah. And we just had a conversation with the Member of Parliament for the Ayawaso North constituency, Honorable Jajah. And a quick one. So this polling station, Junior High International School, is just by the roadside on the Nima Mamobi Highway. And as you can see here, the numbers are a bit better. You can come around. Yeah, so this is the center. And right close by it is a queue. We have quite a number of voters who are here to cast their ballots. Here looks a bit better than the centers we had visited earlier. So we'll locate the presiding officer and find out from him the total number of people who are expected to cast their ballots from the center and how many have been able to do so far. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Kindly introduce yourself.
Emmanuel Bonze.
Okay. How many people are expected to vote in this center, Junior High International School?
We are expecting 566 voters, registered voters to vote.
And so far, how many have voted?
We have 78.
78.
Yeah.
How would you grade it? Is it okay, impressive, or you think it's still picking?
I think they will come. They will come once it's a working day and a fasting week for them too. So they are coming. I hope they will come.
So far, any irregularity or observations you would want to share with us?
No, we don't have any irregularity here.
Okay, but everything is in order, enough voting material, security on standby, personnel, everything is in order?
Yeah, we have standby materials that maybe when the DVD is not working, we have another spare that we can use to work.
Okay, so there's enough backup.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so we just spoke to the presiding officer of this center. I'm going to go to the queue and speak to some of the voters here. Hi, sir. Good morning. Your name, please. We are live on GBC News.
This is Sakabawa.
What time did you come here?
6 o'clock.
Have you voted?
Yes.
Okay. How was the process like?
This is going cool. Normal. No any intimidation here.
But after voting, you're supposed to go home. Oh?
Yeah, I'm supposed to go home because I'm waiting for some people who are living at the new site, and I just called them unless they come before I will leave. Because many of them have a vote here.
So you're waiting for your friends?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All the best. Hello, you talk. Oh, she said she would speak. Let me go to this gentleman here.
Oh, me di Tamim Hussein.
Okay. Who be voting and we voting?
Oh, my real crowd rada.
That's say.
Oh, I say not line here. Na bibia so ko boko
denti na mind ne we join ya wo ye nyina na wo be vote e wa ha say.
Oh, we say abofo say it must a nya representative e wo Ayawaso East. As a MP no ka ba bi no anya dan as ye vote ni ba foforo obesi nanan. Eno ntina me say masade as a Ghanaian as me so me vote bi.
Ne den na mo pese onye mamo.
Oh, yeah, the sabe. And yes, Casam. See, the other mamma, Medina Amanasa, Nemu, ye per se, Obia and Sabacano, Obey Nipa, or environment, and I say.
Environment,
oh, said ye, Nima, Yasatra, and me, Bibia, Etiano, and you Bia, or Betty as a sinner, me call for it here, saying as me, Yana Mrs. and no be. Na me do no ma atuye na afenso no ye po bi o ka no kore mpe obi a ne obakasa de ne vita o se no wa de ne tuntum
ade mu ni mwenye MP bi a no nka no kore afi mu pa MP o
dina na me kan MP wa ka ba bi no me fa ne kra nsiere ma onu na o ye obi a sabi no on pekasa hali sa obati ne kana mu nipa de nipa nyina obi a ejina enkro obi a nudu but no ebi didi so ntina ye fe obi a ono oba be ye de echen de man be ye no sa na be.
Yeah, that's it, baby.
Yes.
So for him, he wants an MP who will bring development to the community, somebody who is truthful and say it is as it is and be able to represent the constituency in Parliament. And so if you just joined us, you're watching the live coverage of the Ayawaso East constituency by-election, and we are currently at the Mamobi Junior High International School. I want to go quickly to this gentleman. Hello, sir. Good morning. You're live on GBC News. Did you come to vote?
No. I didn't come to vote, but I came to observe what is going on.
Do you want to introduce yourself to us?
Okay, I'm Ahmed Rufai. I'm the Deputy Director General at NADMO.
And what observations have you made so far?
Oh, at least I've visited about 4 or 5 police stations. The situation is calm. It's just that if you look at the time, I would say the vote turnout is a little bit low, but looking at the environment, it's predominantly Muslims. So we want to assume that maybe most of them will be coming out after 1 o'clock, when at least all of them have gotten enough rest. That is when maybe most of them can come out to come and vote. Yeah.
Advice you'd want to share with voters who are voters and those yet to come to ensure a peaceful and free process?
My advice to the voters is that, look, election is not a war. You can come and observe the counting, but we don't need to turn the polling stations as a resting place where we all want to amass at the polling station during the voting exercise. So we entreat everyone, after voting, they should go home. And if you look at the community, most of the polling stations are very close to the roadsides. So amassing up here will also create a lot of traffic in the system. So we plead with them, after voting, they should get back home. After voting, they can...
What's a quick one?
That's my boss.
But you also have a view.
No.
A quick one.
Oh, okay. Well, I am also from this community.
What's your name?
My name is Alhaji Mohammed Abubakar Chafaram. I'm also a staff of NADMO. Yeah, so I brought my boss, and we've been observing the voting since morning. Like my boss said, turnout is a little bit low, but within the noon time, I'm sure it will pick up. Yes, and as he advised, everything is calm. We are also urging them to come out in their numbers to come and vote, because it is very, very crucial and important to the community. We want to elect somebody that will...
As you are live on GBC News and GTV. My name is Gifty Jajah. What's your name, ma'am?
I'm a security officer.
Okay, she said she will speak, a security officer. Okay, so this is how we wrap up this production from the Mamobi Junior High International School. My name is Gifty Jajah. Thank you so much for watching. Back to studio for the rest of the production.
Welcome back to Broadcasting House. This is our live coverage of the Ayawaso East by-election. Our boots on the ground, the Gifty Jajah, Theophilus Sampa, bringing us sights and sounds from different polling stations. Not to be left out, Darrell Alantego with his laced boots, running behind his colleagues, ready to give us some updates. Darrell, welcome back. And this time you are at St. Timothy Anglican Church. Is there anything different happening there from what we've witnessed at other polling stations?
Arriving here earlier, it was, as has been across the constituency, a very quiet, and the EC earlier mentioned 7 a.m. A few restarts helped in getting the equipment to work as usual, and was taken away from them. I tried earlier to get the supervisor or returning officer at this polling station to speak to us, but she would only like to speak off camera. And so the voice you're going to be hearing shortly is that of the returning officer, who earlier I eavesdropped in a conversation between herself and Reverend Ekua of the EC. I want briefly to find out, Bosu.
The verification machine that is not verifying the people trying to vote. That's what caused the late.
Right, but how long did that take before you could quick start?
We started around 7:45.
You started around 7:45. Did you have to receive or wait for a new machine to be brought to you, or you had to restart a few times to get this one working?
Yeah, we restarted a few times before it picked up, not working with a new machine. The very one that they brought to work with, that's what we'll use.
Are you able to tell me how many people you have on your register here at the St. Timothy Anglican Church?
Yeah, 406.
And it's just about 10:45. How many have you had come through so far?
So far, 53 is what we have right now.
Have you had any cause to worry about safety or security here at this polling station?
No, not at all.
I see a lot of police people around, some resting or sitting away from the polling center. Did anybody try to create any situation to need to warrant their intervention?
Not at all, not at all. The security over here are very calm and they are cooperating with us. Nothing of any chaos, any problem at all.
Right, thank you very much. And so what you have just shortly gone off your shorts was a voter who needs process, and she had just been helped by the returning officer, as you can see, being helped by the returning officer to go through the biometric verification device so that at least her bio data can be captured, and then she can be allowed to cast her vote, and so be able to cast her vote. I will go round at the other end and see if I can speak to another EC official to help us understand what just took place and how often they go through this with people who turn out to vote with some assistance necessary. Good morning, Mama. Please help us understand something briefly. We just saw a verification process taking place with someone in wheelchair. How often do you go through this? And when you get such persons, how quick is that, the turnaround from when you find them on your paperwork and when they go through the verification?
We just assist them to do it.
And so how long does that take?
It's just a second's time.
A few seconds. And so how do you go about people who are partially sighted?
We just assist them.
They all go through the same process? All right. Okay. Thank you very much. And so, Thelma, as I tried explaining earlier, when people who require assistance approach the polling center, they are taken through as is necessary, whatever kind of help they need. They go through the verification process, and then they are also helped to go and then get their ballot paper given to them, and then they go into the booth with whatever help is available to them. They go through the booth. They go at the St. Timothy Anglican Church. The situation is no different from what we have witnessed in other polling stations across the city who need some assistance to cast their vote. And such persons, the EC has made provision for them to be able to go through the process successfully. Back to you in the studio, Thelma.
Welcome back to the studio, and our correspondents, as I keep saying, are still on the move within the constituency, and we'll bring you further updates when we get them. In studio, Roger Wills, a member of the NDC's communications team, is here making his point. Atiku Yakubu has made his and is actively listening. A member of the MPP's communications team. Gentlemen, welcome back. And we are back on our discussions. You were making, Roger, the point about why the NDC thinks it is in a comfortable position to not be bothered by the low turnouts in as we've witnessed so far.
I'm not saying we are not bothered about the low turnout. What I'm saying is that over the periods, with all by-elections we've had, there have been that issue or instance of recording low turnouts. And this is not an exception. As a matter of fact, as your correspondents were moving across the police stations, we realized that at a point, about 10% of the voters had already had shown up. I think with the recent one, we recorded quite a significant number.
That was 70-something out of 500 plus registered voters.
But I think that is the highest we've had so far.
So far, yeah.
So looking at the trend, we are hoping and anticipating that those that left for work would come back to vote. You know, people would want to go to work and then maybe leave work midday. They would have to go and seek permission before they come back to come and vote. And as I said, others, because of the period in which we find ourselves, people are fasting. And you know, that is that particular area is predominantly an Islamic area. So we can attest to the fact that each and every one there, when you are in this period, how reluctant you feel stepping out or undertaking such exercise, apart from the fact that it's a weekday. And then people, the turnout practically or naturally will be low. So these are challenges or things that we would be confronted with. Unless going forward, maybe if there can be some sort of discussions whereby elections will be fixed on a weekend or something. But I think looking at the period, the day, and then the month and the environment and surrounding circumstances, the turnout is going to be practically low.
Okay, because you brought in the matter of by-elections and the conversations that have been ongoing, suggestions have been made. Honorable Boakye Jajah, maybe I would want to take on that as well, talking about do we need to keep going on? Koko Anyidoho also responded to that question. Someone says we need to cancel it entirely. All these options have been placed on the table, but the current law as it stands requires that we go this way. What would be your take? A quick one, so that I'll hand it over back to Atik for the same question on where we should go with by-elections.
Okay, for me, I think the fact that we've conducted an election, a political party had won, if in an instance, something happens and then the representative is no longer in the seats as has been voted for, I think a new or a fresh election should be conducted.
A change in party, very rarely.
No, it's not just about a change in party, personality, his capabilities. The mere fact that the person represents a party does not mean that we should just replace him with someone from the party.
Unless they go unopposed. Very often there are more than one person. There's more than one person who contests.
Absolutely.
In the primary, so put the next.
Yes, in the primary.
The second-placed person there.
But then that is in the political party. But you know, to a larger extent, the person is going to represent the interests of the masses in that particular constituency.
The masses have already given the mandate to the political party in the previous election.
You see, the elections is not all about just a political party. It's about the person's ability and capability to deliver. Even though we have political alliances, those individuals that are presented, they communicate to the grassroots. The MPs or the candidates are supposed to represent the interests of the people. So as a political party, when you choose someone, as to whether they support.
If I had the way,
I don't have
7 to 5.
No, I don't have any objection because that is what has been enshrined.
Changing those.
No. So I don't think those.
We should still go 7 to 5
Yes,
p.m.
the timing should be the same. The timing should be the same, just as the regular elections. But what I think we should be looking at is fixing by-elections on weekends. People can make adjustments as compared to working hours, strict working hours.
Okay.
So I am of the view that it should give a clear and a proper representation of them in Parliament, as compared to the view that has just been expressed. That
so, Thelma, when Roger was speaking, he did make some points which I would like to address. He did mention of voter turnout being low because of probably because of fasting. I'll use the word probably because I'd like to give some space there for him. It can be so, and it cannot be true, because when you are fasting, you still go around your daily mining sector. You still go and do your mining work.
You admit that the energy levels are usually low. Energy levels change.
Your energy level will change. Definitely will change.
Okay.
But even from my experience with fasting, that energy level sets in around 1 to 2 thereabout. That's when it sets in. So if people really want to go vote and they are fasting, what they do that?
They'll do it early.
They will go vote. That is it.
Okay.
But I'll tell you why there's a low turnout. When you take the 2020 election, the voter turnout was 78%, 2024, 63%. That was a turnout. That was a drop of 15%. And that 15% drop affected NPP. We were in power, apathy setting. It is the same apathy that is gradually setting in their party, and they are still being delusional and living with that illusion that things are well, things are better. In his own party, people have refused to go vote because they think that they've not been sorted and they've not gotten job. People are angry with their own party because when they were sharing TV, some of them said they didn't have it, so there's no way they're going to vote.
When they were sharing
TV, they didn't
allegedly.
Have it. Not allegedly. You saw the TV. About the man said that what is wrong with he sharing because he's a giver. He said it. You heard it. Documented. It was on your video, on your TV. You guys saw it. Now, if you want to talk about by-elections being low over the period, recently we had election in Akwetia. We had a by-election in Akwetia, right? When you check the 2024 voter turnout, NS and Okoyo, the voter turnout was around 35,000. The by-election had the voter turnout of around 33,000. So it is just a drop of less approximately 2,000 votes. So it can't always be the case. The issue is that when things are tough, people don't turn out to vote in their strongholds. It's as simple as that. And I did make mention of what happened in Fed on Gone. It's not something that people the NDC like to go through issues and make sure that they approach people's conscience. Of course, when you tell people that people have stolen $21 billion and you are going to recruit from them and use that money to run the economy, then a year down the line, just 2 weeks ago, the Attorney General comes out and say that no, that's not the case. The 21 billion calculation was not mine. It was that of Ekuta Ablakwa. Was it not propaganda that used to win the elections? So what are you talking about? Give them 133. You don't give them that, we need to build industry, we need to put in these measures, and now you only tell them in the public sector you have about 700,000 people working in them. And how they are going to do is to make sure that each and every job, there's one person, there are going to be 3 shifts for the one job, so 133. And now you come back to power, you give them a whole lot of activities throughout 2025 and 2026 in your budget, because the budget that you used to run your program, in your budget, you come in and tell us that, I think that we need to set up an authority first, and the allocation that we can make for the authority is just 130 million Ghana cedis, not billion, 130 million Ghana cedis. So it means that until there is a mid-year budget, that will now capture 24-hour economy in terms of employment. 2026, you are going to go again with no employment. That is propaganda. That is lies. You use that to win election. So don't tell me that, for us, we appeal to people's conscience. Of course, you appeal to people's conscience, but evilly, deceitfully, with lies. That's what you do. He also did mention Asenot, that we went there to buy vote. I was at Asenot. I know what happened there. There was no way we were going to win the election. It was a protest vote against us.
Simple and short. But in Akotia, you were sharing 200.
Money never changed hands.
Well, they shared money, you also shared money. I'm telling you the fact. On authority, they shared. You also shared. I was at Breku. I was a coordinator on Breku. I saw everything that was going on. Confusion everywhere. Money. Everybody, I wasn't sharing. If the money had come to me, I wouldn't have shared. No, I wouldn't have shared that money. So at Breku, I saw them sharing. Some of them were my friends who were sharing on their behalf. In Akotia.
Did they give you some?
Oh no. In Akotia, you were sharing 200 cedis per person. 200 cedis per person in Akotia. That's what we're doing there. You want to talk about, vote buying and saying not. Akotia was worse. That's what happened. So you see, before you point accusing hands at us, just stand in the mirror and look at your face.
But Roger did admit that and I'd like to choose my words carefully because sometimes the legal the perceived, the very, very real perception of.
I've seen videos. Videos yesterday where their party people were moving to house. Videos, all right, sharing rice. It's not about issue of overly convincingly. Look, vote buying is vote buying. Useful evidence where MPP was sharing.
Oh, now you talk about evidence.
I have that of NDC. We also have that of NDC primaries, and I have the evidence of yes.
I'm just pointing out to you that now you say evidence. When I introduced an alleged.
You decide to use alleged.
Because until a court tells me,
and standing on 10 toes.
Until a court tells me, GBC's position will always approach from a point of
GBC's
allegedly.
I respect GBC's position, but I'm saying that until
to be submitted for the joint team's review. Following the total disregard of this agreement by the outgoing government, I authored